Hello, it's Ashton Lewis.
And I'm Daphne Lynn.
And you are listening to the
NDE World Podcast.
Welcome to the NDE World Podcast. I am your host, Ashton Lewis. I have my lovely hostess in the studio today, Miss Daphne Lynn, to come in and help me take over and see if we can get some of this information out to you guys. And so how are you doing today, Daphne?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How are you today?
Absolutely.
How you doing?
Hi, doing fine. Absolutely fine. I'm fantastic. Oh, yes. Yeah, I feel good, baby. We just, we are rolling and just this information and growing. Rolling and growing. I like that. Yeah.
Sounds like it could be a two-parter.
Yeah, or even a song. Now, here we go. There's a song and everything, right?
Right, yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the NDE World Podcast. Again, those who are new, welcome. And those who are returning, welcome back. And don't forget to go to the website. That's NDE.world for more information on who we are, what we do. And there's tons of podcasts. We've got like over 100 podcasts on all kind of topics and subjects and things like that. So, again, go check it out. It's NDE.world. Again,
NDE.world.
Moving right on along. Now, today's topic is a very common theme that keeps popping up. In fact, I think we've actually touched base on this in some previous episodes along the way.
Many episodes.
Because it just comes up so much,
It does, because people are. I think people are starting to see through. They're starting to really question things with religions.
And people are waking up and they're growing.
That consciousness is being raised. Yes, and that's wonderful. So yay, that spirit's moving and helping to awaken the masses.
It is. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into it, Daphne, if you don't mind. For those of you who are new, what we do, we have different groups that we belong to, and we'll go into these groups, and there's like tons of questions that people ask, and they're asking these near-death experiencers, people who've actually had these experiences, and certain topics of discussion and different questions and things like that, and we'll just go ahead and grab a question. If they've got plenty of responses and enough to be able to work with, we'll just, take a different topic and things like that and share that information with you guys here on this podcast. It's really just to give you different perspectives of everything. That's pretty much what it is. We are neutral. We have our own beliefs. We actually share a lot of these beliefs. Some of them we agree with, some we don't. Right. But it's just beliefs in the end. We still love you all. We love everybody regardless of your beliefs. And we respect everybody's beliefs because it's just belief systems. We say BS.
It's all BS, man, really.
Belief systems, So, well, let's go ahead and take the question, Miss Daphne, if you would, and we'll set it up and we'll go into the comments and we'll comment on the comments.
Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, there are lots of old religions and beliefs far older than Christianity. Also, speaking of afterlives, etc. Long before Christianity was invented, plus lots of people that have other ideas about the afterlife that has nothing to do with any religion. So my question is, why is there more discussion about religion than the afterlife?
I think what this person is asking here, and I can relate. I see what they're talking about. I think it's pertaining to the specific groups that, for example, we're in several groups, but this specific particular group here is one of the near-death experience groups. And spirituality does play a part, and Jesus is very real in that regard. People do see that. There's nobody saying that nobody sees anything. I think what happens is when you start reading these comments and these responses, a lot of times it becomes more of a doctrinal, dogmatic influence, kind of what people will start throwing up comments like, you have to do this or you're going to die, or you have to follow this or you're going to burn, or this book says that, or this person said that, or, so there's a lot of mixed up stuff out there. And what happens is the people who has had near-death experiences, they understand that religion itself really doesn't play a part on the other side. We all are one. And we all are part of that source, and we all are love, and we all are spirit, and we all are, you see, and I love the fact that people have spiritual experiences and they have Jesus in their life, and it plays that positive role. People need that role model, that archetype.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. With that being said, I love too that people are that are in religion, they are on a spiritual walk. That says a lot about that person.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of people out there that don't have a religion, but are living the best life, being the kindest people that there can be.
Right.
So there is a lot more to the belief systems out there than just one way.
Right, right. And again, it's just belief systems, Beliefs change. You believe something today that you may not have believed yesterday. Tomorrow, you'll believe something different than today. That's just the way it is, guys. That's reality.
That's growth.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this person's question is, if this is a group about near-death experiences, why are so many people coming in throwing Bible or
Religion.
It's more dogmatic when, they think it all goes together, but it really doesn't, because religion, and I think this person here, they're more specifically questioning Christianity.
Right.
And it's usually the Christians that are coming in, and they have I don't want to say a fighting kind of a fighting mentality or a fighting mindset, or just kind of stirring up the wasp nest kind of thing. And then these near-death experiences are saying, wait, well, just, we love you, but go to another group that's preaching and stuff like that. We don't do that here. It's more neutral. It's just more experiences and all. And you're seeing that a lot. So.
And because I've been there, I can literally, I know why so many of these people, when they are proselytizing, when they are debating with things,
it's out of love.
It is out of love.
I know that.
But it's because you're taught in many of the religions and many of the churches, be ready to make a defense for. Right. And that's not the way it really should be. I mean, because that's putting someone else down, saying that they're not going to make it if they don't believe the way you do.
I like what you said that.
So that is not the spiritual path. That is a man-made, here, let's get as many people into the religion as possible.
You're exactly right. And instead of being ready to defend something, okay, I believe that was added. The Master's taught is to be the best version of you that you can be.
Yes,
work on yourself.
Exactly.
And if you work on yourself, you don't have to defend anything. You don't have to defend anybody. You don't have to get upset about anything. You don't have to have any kind of ego about anything that you do, because you're walking in the walk. That's
right.
What the Master's taught.
Yes.
Not to be defend your religion, defend your belief. No, don't. You don't have to defend anything.
Right.
Believe what you want to believe. That's got nothing to do
and
with
let everybody
anybody.
else believe what they want to believe.
Harm
too.
none.
That's right.
That's the key. Love
all. Harm none.
Love all. If love is your religion, if love is intertwined in your religion, by all means, you are in the right place.
That's right.
So what is this first comment, Daphne? If you'd like to take it, and then we'll go ahead and see what they have to say about it.
Sure. It says, all of the spiritual groups I'm in have this problem with zealot Christians who think their way is the only way and use fear to intimidate. I've pretty much given up on most of my groups and probably won't be in here much longer either. It's a shame that public conversation can't be had anymore.
Okay, I can relate to this person. Now, I've told you this and have mentioned this quite a few times on this, podcast, that I'm seeing a lot of that myself, because I remember when we first started this and we're going in here into these, beautiful topics, conversation. It's more of an interaction. It's flowing more, Now I go in and we start looking at these questions. You'll have 2 or 3 good comments, and the next thing you know, it becomes into a micro debate. Okay, there's a little battle, and it's usually between a Christian defending their beliefs, and they're putting down and dogging out the NDEers, and NDEers say, well, that's fine, that's your belief, but we've had a different experience. We don't have that certain belief anymore,
Right.
And it's not that they don't believe, and it's not that they hate Jesus or don't believe. In fact, a lot of them see Jesus. So it's not a matter of believing in Jesus or anything like that.
Right.
It's a matter of there's a lot more to the big picture that a lot of these religions aren't seeing, because they're just seeing what's in front of their face.
Exactly.
So like this person says, they've pretty much given up on most of the groups because it's hard to get in there and get on a good conversation without someone coming in and proselytizing.
Exactly, yeah. And if you look, majority of these groups in the rules says no proselytizing.
Exactly.
And a lot of them
Admins
get
do
in,
get to
and
chime in
yeah,
too.
they
Yeah.
they have to, yeah, because there's a lot of them get in there and are doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, moving right on along, Daphne. This next one says, here's the thing, though. No Christian has any solid proof of what they say they believe. I had a near-death experience 52 years ago, and what I had been taught in church growing up was not what I experienced. Daphne.
Wow, yeah, I'm immediately thinking of the book "You Are Deathless," because in it Nicole Kerr had made almost this identical statement. You know what they experienced and what they were taught in church growing up were not the same. So
And she's not the only one.
exactly, I mean, it's that common harmonious thread that is running through the NDEs.
Absolutely. And why don't throw a little plug in for Nicole while we're here? I mean, you've got her,
Yes,
you've been talking
we
to her, and I
we
think you're
have
going to have
been
her in
talking
soon.
to Miss Nicole,
Yeah.
and we are getting an interview set up. So we will be having Miss Nicole Angelique Kerr here on NDE World Podcast very soon.
Yeah, she's been a big inspiration to a lot of the stuff
Yes.
we're learning and all. And I know Daphne's a big fan and has been looking forward to that ever since she's been talking to her. So, yeah, we'll have her on and looking forward to picking her
And
brain.
you
And
know what is so funny about setting this interview up with Nicole is, when I reach out to people asking them to share their experience, I don't always see the full name in the comments
sure.
or whatever. However, I get these people that have had experiences. So when I reached out to her, I didn't realize it was Miss Nicole Kerr. So when she responded back, her whole name came up in my messenger, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's Nicole Kerr. Okay, so anyway, I have read her book. I love her book, and I was very excited to realize that
Yeah.
it was her, and
And that she was
she's
kind
really
enough to
excited.
respond. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really excited and looking forward to coming on the podcast as well.
Make sure
So,
you've got all your questions and
oh,
all
I've
that
got
good
the
stuff.
book still, so I've got all kind of notes in it. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you so much. So let's move it on along with this actual comment. So what is it that reminds you of what Nicole has said, that this person said?
What? All right. So in this particular comment, it says, "I had a near-death experience 52 years ago, and what I had been taught in church growing up was not what I experienced."
Okay.
That is almost verbatim, word for word, what she said in her book.
So what they're saying here is that, the things that you were learning in church and what the religions are teaching you, more specifically about the heaven and hell and judgment and torture and all that, I'm guessing that's what they're referring to.
Right.
It's not like that on the other side. And we've
Right.
heard story after story after story after story, person after person, experience after experience, and they all say the same thing. You can't comprehend love on the other side. So you guys don't know what love is on this side because there's too much hate.
I like the way Neil Donald Walsh says it, where he's in the conversations with that divine essence. That okay, so Source channeling through Neil said, "What we think about God, we've got God all wrong." So,
Yeah.
we have a lot of wrong teachings and wrong thoughts and wrong ideas about divine pure love.
Absolutely. And I think that's what this whole topic is about, that, there's been religions, like the guy said that, or gal, whoever, whoever posted the question, religion, there are religions that thousands and thousands of years predate Christianity. Even the Hindu religion of India, that's one of the oldest modern religions. So you've got groups and religions and things like that, and spiritual groups that people has been around and believing and living
Oh yeah.
since the beginning of time. Christianity is what, a couple thousand years old. But here's what a lot of people don't understand, guys. A Christian that Christ was, okay, Yeshua ben Joseph, ben Yosef, however you want to say it, Yeshua, the one they call Jesus, okay, he, you know, the reason why his name wasn't Jesus Christ, it was Yeshua or Yeshua, however you want to say it. But the point was he was a Christ because he reached Christ consciousness. Okay, he became a Christ. That Christ would be a Christian. Okay, these people, him and including his cousins, his brother, and plenty of those guys, but not just them, but all the ascended masters, they reach Christ consciousness, which is God consciousness. Okay, not that Jesus Christ as a person,
Right.
but Jesus or Yeshua, the person, was able to reach that Christ consciousness. So that's what a true Christian is, an enlightened soul that has his ego crucified, has been slaughtered. He's no longer about himself, herself.
Right.
Every walk, every thought, every action, everything they do is in harmony with the divine. They walk
pure love,
the
yeah.
pure love walk. That's
Right.
what these guys do. You see, today we've got what's called Christianity, which is a religion that was created by the Catholic Church based on the stories of Yeshua, of Horus, of Osiris, and Mithras, and on and on. When you really look into it, the Jesus of Christianity is not the same person of history. Okay, this one of
Exactly,
history
yeah.
was an enlightened soul that taught you how to find the God in
Right.
you.
And if you really do the research on this, you will find this out. And it's not about destroying your faith and belief in that divine person. It's about you realizing that you've been lied to. That we have all been duped. Hoodwink people. Yeah. And then you making those changes and realizing, hey, I do love that man that came and did the many things that he done. I
showed
still
us.
believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't not believe in what the works that he done.
Yeah.
I just know the distinction between the man-made God character and the man that walked the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I understand the two now.
And you have a whole different appreciation
I
when you
really
learn
do,
that.
yeah. And when you can take and learn that and really experience the difference in the two, then that is life-changing.
Okay, perfect. Well said. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, Daphne, if you would.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, so people need to be open-minded and stop doing the Christ is the only path stuff. I had been raised a Christian, but after my NDE, I still believe in Jesus. He was a real person. I'm no longer a church-going Christian. There's too much hypocrisy and putting other people down. They didn't accept my NDE and learn from it. I felt bad for them, but I left the church.
Okay. Well, we hear this a lot too. People are waking up and they're seeing through this. This person, like us, we believe there was this real person
Right.
who was a spiritually enlightened soul. And that is the real Christian. That's what a real Christian is. Okay. Whereas you've got like this person here and all these other persons are referring to. You've got what's called Christianity, the religion today.
Yeah, what we were
These
just
people
talking about.
are not enlightened. Okay, Christians are not enlightened. Not the religion. Okay, are they loving? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And can be some of the most wonderful people, but their belief is an external belief system. They've got gods that has been created. They turned Yeshua into a god. And that's not what he taught. He taught the oneness with all, that we all are divine. He taught you how to eat, how to live, but you've got to go pre-Bible to get the books that contain
Right.
the information that the Bible was based on, you see.
Yes.
So I'm not knocking Christ. I love what Jesus represents, but I love more who Yeshua was or is.
Right.
You appreciate the spirituality that this man, one of us, has shown that, hey, you don't have no excuses. I'm a man. I can do this. You can do this. This is how you do it.
Right.
So I think it's just really getting clear on really what a really pure Christian is, okay? And then what a religious part of a churchgoer Christianity, that's what today, those are the ones that I believe in Jesus. He died for my sins. I'm covered by the blood. I can do what I want because he died for me. That's not the one of history. That's more of the Jesus of the Bible that the Catholic
Bible,
Church had created. So You learn these as you go along.
You really do. And that's where we need to be really, really, really open-minded instead of so closed off that, hey, this is the only way. And that's what the opening statement of this comment was. Stop saying that it is the only path.
Right.
Because
that's the point.
That's putting that pure divine essence of love in a box and saying, this is it.
Yeah.
Do we not think that that divine essence is going to reach out to the whole world? No
All
matter
life.
where you are, no matter what religion you are in, to say, hey, come to me, express divine love throughout your life.
Yeah.
That's putting it in a box and saying, no, it's not loving enough to do that. But when your own religions tell you that divine essence is pure love, then the box that you're putting it in is not pure love because it's condemning and wrathful.
Yeah. And here's the challenge, guys. You put God in a box because you live in a box. It's that simple. Let me repeat that. You put God in a box. You put Jesus in a box because you live in a box, okay? When you understand that God is a word, okay, that we use to describe the all right? Stick with me now. We're not talking about a man sitting on a throne with the silver hair blowing and the angels all around. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm saying the all.
That divine pure love.
The all is all. All is a source, the source of life that everything comes from. The all is in all things, what we call God. So when I say God, that's what I'm referring to, that energy, that spirit, what we call love. The Bible even says God is a spirit, you know? So when you understand that spirit is in all things, spirit is in the heavens, spirit is in the stars, spirit is in the sun, spirit is in the moon, spirit is in the sky, spirit is in you, spirit is in me, spirit is in those animals, spirit is in those trees, the ground, the earth, every single thing. God is all. God is in all. God is everything, okay? There is no way you cannot be God, okay? There's no way you cannot have life in you because God is life, God is love, God is source, God is spirit. Mm-hmm. When you start making these adjustments and get it off, get it out of your mind that God's not this throne,
the separation,
this person sitting on a throne, that's a separation, and there's no way you can get to God, unless you go through Jesus. No, that's not, no. You've been hoodwinked. We all have. And people are waking up by the masses. Love Jesus. Yes, love what he represented and love, but, don't worship him. Learn from what he says. Learn that you are God just like him, okay? And learn and do what they say and do what they did. Okay, don't just, say, oh, I love Jesus. Or better yet, my most favorite one that I don't understand, I never have understood. I'm saved. I'm saved.
What do you say from?
From what? What do you say from? So all of that stuff, when you really get into it, you realize there's nothing to be saved from. It's all part of the indoctrination of the Christianity religion that's got nothing to do with Yeshua, the anointed.
Yeah, it's fear-based and lowers your own consciousness when you can take back your power that the church has and religion has taken away. When you regain your power, you can grow at a phenomenal rate. You can experience life knowing that you're part of that source and that oneness that is in all things. We are one with everything. You can have a profound love that you can experience that is free from fear.
It's more pure.
Yes.
Yeah, it resonates. It takes you to a whole different level of vibrating, that's for sure. I like how this is brought out here, this comment. And I think this is the issue, Daphne, what a lot of people are saying, and what this whole episode is about, based on this person's question and comment in the beginning. But this person wraps it up here, says there's too much hypocrisy and putting other people down. All right. You see, that's the challenge that they are seeing, okay? If a Christian or people who claim to be Christian, in any religion, I'm not picking on Christians, if the shoe fits, wear it, okay? This is all humanity. Put your religion aside, okay? Right. As long as that religion's making you grow, that's fine, okay? But when you get to a religion and that religion is proselytizing, saying that they are the only way or their God is the only way, and that You know, they're too busy putting other people down while they're sinning because it's okay because they're covered by the blood and they get to drink the blood and eat the flesh, and all these, they don't understand even the roots of the blood cults, but when you
Right.
really look into it and still going out doing things that what we would call sin, and things you shouldn't be doing and things like that. Why? Because they're saved. No. The Masters taught to be God, to be the highest version of you. How do you do it? Well, you got to learn how to eat right, think right, and have these
Love
morals,
right.
these love right, and unselfishness, Quit eating animal, quit killing things. You got to be a harmless soul. You've got to be unselfishly loving. No, is that Christianity? No.
Right.
Track record of Christianity is barbaric.
It really is.
And
And when you can set religion aside and face each other, man to man, woman to woman, and see the love, the soul that is. Look at our children. Our children. Look at our children. They love unconditionally. They don't see race. They pull a stranger in. Hey, let me love you. Let me help you. You know, children are setting the example for us with the way that we should love.
almost kind of reminds me of that old wise person once said that, be like the children. Come to
Exactly.
me, be like the
Yes.
children. In other words, children aren't know-it-alls. You see, that's the difference between children and adults. Adults have been conditioned that we all think we're know-it-alls, and the truth is we don't know crap. We really don't know. We
Right.
don't. The ones who have had these near-death experiences, this is coming from a more of a knowing now because they're
And
speaking from
experiencing.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah, you see. Whereas the Bible, people who were bashing and putting other people down and say, you're going to burn because you're not believing what I believe.
It's called blind faith.
Yeah, it's blind faith. You have nothing to stand on, okay? It's just a belief system, guys. Did it happen? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But the truth is there are words of wisdom in the Bible that these people taught that you have to learn from. If you're not learning what these people taught, then you're wasting your time. If your group brings you closer to love, you're in the right place.
Right.
But if it separates you, I'd get out. That's just me.
Yeah. When we can get back to the oneness that we're all one, that we are that divine essence, and stop condemning one another, stop being wrathful with one another, then our world will change.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a little plug in there. I don't know. It may be coming up here at the end of this month. I'm not sure because we're. Let's see. Yeah, we are actually currently in June 2024. So probably I have to look at my schedule because I know we've got a lot of live interviews coming in, and we still have some other episodes and things to do between now and then. We may, if we can get it squeezed in by the end of this month. I think it's very possible, but I think we're supposed to be starting around the 1st of July.
The
On the,
universal oneness. And
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited
We're going to
about
introduce
that.
you guys to the world of universal divine oneness and teach you or share with you, all of the things that these masters taught, tying in with the universal laws,
Yeah, and it's
everything.
really because we have learned and grown in our knowledge so much from these experiencers. And I'm sure you listening out there, you have as well. So you would say, well, what do you do now? So the divine oneness, that universal laws, that is what we're going to start sharing because it shows you how to make changes, how to realize your oneness with everything.
Right.
So we're going to share that with all of you. So it is very, very enlightening, very encouraging, very uplifting, and we are so looking forward to sharing this information with you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, it's probably going to be, since we're almost in the middle of June, I'm looking at it. Like I said, I'd have to look at the schedule, but I do know it is coming up. We do have the information in, and we've already started laying that
yeah.
out. So, a little plug there for the listeners,
Yes, July's coming up, going to be a little change to NDE World.
Yeah, so
with
we're going
what
to
we're
start
sharing,
teaching
yeah.
and going into this knowledge and stuff. And
How to make the changes with what you've learned.
yes, absolutely. And the information we got has been taken from ancient scrolls that has been hidden from humanity for a long,
Yes.
long, long time. And it happened the way it happened, but I was able to stumble across this information and searching and looking and searching and looking and looking and searching
And doing it some more.
and doing it some more. Yeah, so I was able to stumble across this, and when I did, it's like, oh dear God, you know,
Yeah.
this is what humanity needs. This is what has been missing all along.
Think about that. With speaking of with religions, you get into a religion and you say, okay, this is it. You stop searching. But what does your ancient writings already tell you? To keep looking, keep searching, keep digging, keep knocking, keep on keeping on, people.
You got to.
And that's how we've come across these ancient writings that we have, and it is so profound. It's just going to really make some big changes to our listeners. I know. I feel it just from reading over it, and it's like it's stuff that I already believe in just from having listened to all the NDEers and their experiences, and my belief system transformed. I mean, it just resonates and ties in with everything that I have learned, and now I'm learning how to really make these changes and apply them and experience the love that I'm feeling.
Exactly, yeah. So we have surprises that's going to be really life changing with you, for you. And the beauty of that, like Daphne said, is these are what we call universal laws. Again, it's all based on things that it's not religion. It's not religious based, And Jesus wasn't religious, Or these masters were not religious people. These masters walked the walk in what's called the way. The way is living in harmony with the universe and the universal laws. Well, if you don't know what the laws are and how to live in harmony with them, then it's going to be hard to walk the walk. So we are going to actually show you and share with you over 200 universal laws and how to apply them in your life to actually change your life.
Right.
So
it may be about time to kick the boots off and get your feet down in the sand.
oh, get down in that mud.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, looking at the clock here, Daphne, we've got time for another one. Let's go ahead and do one more here real quick, and we'll go ahead and split this episode up since we've got a lot more comments to do.
Sure.
And we'll just pick up on the next episode and pick up with the second half. But let's go ahead and take the, I'll tell you what, better yet, let's go ahead and take the last two here.
Okay.
If you want to take the first one, I'll take the next one, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up today, and we'll split it and pick up with it, on the next episode. How's that?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Okay, so nobody knows, but we must allow for every individual perception. I would never tell someone who had an NDE that they just believed they were dead. I personally think they were and came back to tell about it, but I will not know until I die. If it had happened to me, I might have said that I know. It doesn't matter. All of us will find out in the end.
Okay, true. Very good, very good. So this person says, and this is the ultimate truth, nobody knows, okay? However, let's keep that in mind before you jump and say that's the only conclusion. It's not the only conclusion. That's a truth, okay? The reality is nobody really knows. But we have people who have had experiences, and that's what's beautiful of the near-death experiences. Now, I've heard it from the source's mouth on some of our interviews, some of our guests that we've had, where they've actually died, and they've actually had that out-of-body experience, came up hovering over the the doctors and everything in the operating room, the doctor writing down, pronouncing the moment of death. Okay, this person is dead. Okay,
Completely.
has
No
dead,
life in
has
them.
flatlined. Okay, so keep this in mind. We hear a lot of stories of this when people, not all, but a lot, they actually see them claiming the moment of death, or doctor signing over this
Right. person's
person's dead, or they see the flatline, or some people say near-death experience, some say it's an actual death experience. So that's
Yes, we actually have one coming up that is really amazing. The length that this person was dead. The family called in a 24-hour death.
I know.
and then came back from that.
I remember him saying that. Yeah, when we was
Yeah,
talking
so
to
we
him the
got
other
that
day.
one coming up soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is actual death experiences.
Yeah, because
You know,
he
and
actually said that. He said, no,
Yeah.
it was death. He said, it's not a near death. He said, I was dead. He saw it as well. The doctor pronounced him dead. The family all gathered in. I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, I mean, it really makes me think about the Conversations with God books where the that divine essence says that, you know, what your near-death experiencers are experiencing is just a taste of what is on that
bliss,
metaphysical, in that
spiritual
metaphysical
world.
realm. Yeah, so that spiritual realm is just a little bitty taste through these NDE ears. So it's going to be total bliss. I mean, from what I understand, you're going to create what you want to create in that afterlife as well. Just like we do here.
Yeah. And people don't realize their own power here because it's all been dumbed down.
Yeah.
And we've all been, you know, suffocated and told you're worthless, you're no good, you know, you're a sinner.
Right.
You need to be saved. You have no
And
God
that-
in you. You're
think
trash.
about
You're
that.
nothing.
That's lowering, putting you down from the beginning.
Yeah.
You're nothing.
Yeah.
You're nothing. I mean, how loving is that?
Think about the illusion, though. You're nothing and we're everything. The ones who are in power, they
Right.
put themselves up, and including religion. You know, I'm talking about all of it. You know, they're the ones who founded it. You know, putting people down. But it runs from the political world, the governments. You know, all walks of life. All walks of life. You know, it's a mindset, and it's not just an individual consciousness. It is a mass consciousness that humanity has dumbed down, and at the bottom of the barrel where we're at right now. We think we're so advanced. No, just because
We're
we got a
very
lot of
primitive
wires and
in
machines
our-
and stuff. No. We might be technically, you know, learning things like that, but as far as morally, loving, spiritually, we've lost it over the last 2,000 years. You know, look around. You know,
That's why
it's not
we've got
hard
to raise
see.
that consciousness.
We've got to, and you know,
Yeah.
thank goodness there's so many people that are waking up. But it's going to
Yes.
take all of us, guys, every one of you.
And it happens in an instant. You can shift your reality, your thought pattern to be more loving, to be one with all, to stop doing things that are harmful to yourself or others or the environment. Stop being so unloving. Yeah. I mean, it's just a mass awakening that needs to happen.
Yeah, it's happening. But it's going to take every individual. If you've got 10 billion people that says I don't have to do anything because I'm saved. Okay, now that you're set up against half the world right now, because most of the people aren't going to want to make the change because they don't have to. You see, I'm not saying that people who find Jesus or find the Bible or find God, because we all have to find our spiritual. That's humanity.
That's right. Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with your religion, guys. That's just where you happen to be at. That's the one you happen to choose. That's the one you're drawn to because that's where you need to be at this point in time. Okay,
Right.
Learn from it, grow, and move on.
Right.
You know, but don't put others down because of where they're at. You know, how they're learning it, how their parents or whoever taught them how to be a good person. You know,
Right.
focus on being the best person that you can be.
That's right. Experience.
Yeah, and
Being-
don't be worrying about other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you are not a sinner. You see, when you get out of the mindset that you're a worthless sinner and that you are divine, hey, you do have God in you. If you got God in you, you're going to make the right choices. You're not going to harm. You're not going to hurt. You're going to do the things that these people like Jesus taught, because you are a spiritually enlightened soul. You don't need to be saved. Jesus said, I didn't come for those who didn't need it. Okay?
So right there,
He's
thank
telling
you for saying that.
He's saying, I did not die for the world. I didn't come and give my life for the world. He told you himself, no, the sick need the physicians.
So right there, religion is
Religion is a lie.
fork-tongued because they say that Jesus died for all.
No,
But he says, I didn't come for all.
no. And he didn't
So
die
right
for
there-
anybody.
Right.
You see, but he did come to show us, the way to, life by living the way we need to live,
Right.
Quit
Be
harming
the
others.
example.
Yeah. A lot of
Be,
people don't know that
not
he
do,
was
yeah.
vegetarian, but they teach he ate meat. And they eat meat. Why? Well, that's part of the Catholic religion. Dagon is their god. When you do the research, Dagon, the fish god. I don't even want to go down that
It
trail.
gets really deep,
It
and
does.
that's where we just have to be really open minded. And if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, let it go without judgment.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So the bottom line, guys, if your religion makes you do better, stick with it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Because all paths lead to source, no
yeah.
matter what path you're on.
there's no way you can get
You
around
you
it.
can't escape returning to source.
Yep, no way. There's no way around it. And regardless, and you will have to reap what you sow. There is cause and effect. So if you are any religion out there, let's take Christianity for example. You're walking your walk, or you're living a life. You are hardcore Christian. You are very hardcore in your beliefs. In fact, you can even spit out scriptures left and right. And impressing people with your Bible verses that you can memorize. Some people can memorize quite a few scriptures. But the point is what kind of walk are you walking? What kind of life are you living? Okay, if you
Right.
are sinning, if you are doing things, even though you're a hardcore Christian, yes, they do. All people make choices that aren't the best, and we would consider not so good. Um, you know, but it's okay to do that because they are covered. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to sin because somebody died for my sins. So the church had given you permission to sin.
I just gotta ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
I gotta
So you have been
confess
given
it.
permission to get out and live a life of crap. Look at the world around you guys, please. This is not coming from me. I'm not pointing the finger and picking. This is coming from insight. This is coming from the Spirit. This is coming from life. Open your eyes and look around. Is the world a better place because of religion? Yes or no? Don't answer it. Meditate on it. You think about it, okay? You think about it and you answer that question. Is it the answer? No.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, it's not. So the point is if what you do brings you better and keeps you from doing these things and harming others, then that's good. You're doing the right thing, But if you're doing things harming yourself, and if you're harming others, if you still got a bad attitude, you still eating animal, you eating flesh, okay? That's a no-no. That's not what we're taught, you see? You drink alcohol. Well, guess what? You are not fit for this walk. I don't care if you're a Christian and you're saved by Jesus, by the blood of the Lamb, by the whatever. Whatever your excuse is, if you put alcohol on your tongue, you are not worthy, okay? You see, to be an enlightened soul, you have to be a disciplined, responsible individual, okay? That's what these masters taught, and they taught you how to do it, you see. Church comes in, they took all the responsibility off of you, says, well, don't worry about it, just do what you want. It's okay. Who's that sound like? Oh, just be easy with yourself. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You got this. Who does that sound like in the Bible? Sounds like the devil.
Right. Well, it kind of ties in with this last statement we were going to comment on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this because looking at the clock. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll tie that in. We'll go ahead and catch this last one right here. And like I said, this is just to get people thinking. It's really just to open up your minds, guys. That's all it is.
Right. And I know that a lot of this does resonate with many out there, and that's great. For those that doesn't resonate, still listen to it. I mean, take it in. At some point, it'll resonate.
It will.
Yeah.
Baby steps and little baby bites. A
That's
little baby,
right.
you can only give them little baby spoonfuls.
Milk
Maybe
to
one little
start
bite
with.
at a time. Yeah, you're not going to give them this heavy stuff. And sometimes I might go overboard and throw stuff out there because people don't understand. I've been studying. I'm talking about studying and researching for 40 plus years. I didn't wake up yesterday and pick up a book and say, hey, let's start a podcast. No. If I talk the talk, I can back it up with the walk, and I can show you. If anybody's got any questions, go to the website, NDE.world, and contact us. I will be glad to send you any information if you are interested in the topics that we talk about on here.
Most definitely.
And once it clicks, once you understand, and it resonates with all of these near-death experiences, it resonates with a God of love.
There's harmony in it,
Yeah, it is. It is so much harmony and love as well. Okay, moving on along. Let's go ahead and wrap up this last one, Daphne. It says that my observation is we are dealing with thousands of years of religious brainwashing by churches. Mention no God, and at one time in history, you would be put to death by those that rule. But now we are free to explore our spiritual afterlife and reincarnation. We can visualize a greater power without the need to worship a God. We are free, but not quite yet. Many are still caught in the chains of religious dogma. Religion is nothing more than fear and guilt-based draconian dogma designed to control the masses.
Very well said. And it is something that I have come to understand, to know. You do not have to be in a religion to be a good, loving, kind person.
That's right. And you're not going to be destroyed or burned in hell because you don't believe in somebody else's belief system. You have no comprehension of God because you're in your box.
Get rid of the box.
You got to get out of the box. You cannot put God in a box, and that's what you're doing. That's what religion does.
Exactly.
And different ones do that, but in this particular context, more specifically Christianity,
Right.
And when you realize, when you look into the history on how it's a religion, guys.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's a religion. It's a business. It's just, and it's total control, total power. And when you look at the history and you realize why they had to create Jesus, okay, you'll understand, and you'll have a whole lot more, enlightenment and insight on, the reason behind Christianity and why it was created and why Jesus was created and why everything is like it is, and why this religion was built on bloodshed.
Right. And when you really go to researching different things about religions, cults, I remember doing the research on what a cult is. Mm-hmm. Every religion falls under cults because it gets you in here. You got music going on to lull the mind, and then you sit down and listen to somebody talk about whatever they talk about, and then do some singing again, put you back in that state. You leave in euphoria. That is cult. You have your own. It has its own books that you have to use. Mm-hmm. Every religion is part of that. Get out of the cults. Be good to one another. Love one another. You don't need a book for that.
No.
You're born with everything you need.
We came into this world without books, and you're going
out without books. Exactly. Get rid of the books.
It's about just being the best version of you that you can be, guys.
Exactly.
If you want to be a Christian, by all means, be a Christian. But be the best version of you that you can be, and don't make excuses to do wrong, to harm yourself, to harm others, and make excuses that, well, it's okay because I'm saved, or it's okay because Jesus died for me, or it's okay, I'm covered by the blood. No, 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 and no, with a gazillion exclamation points. Wake up, everybody. You want a better world? You want to live in a better world? Freaking wake up.
Stop condemning
others. Be
others.
responsible human beings, okay, guys? Be that self-discipline. Be self-responsible. Don't be throwing it off on Jesus' back. He did his job. He came and showed us the way, okay? He didn't die for anybody. He showed you how to live, all right? You need to learn how to live the way he taught. And quit worshiping gods. Quit worshiping men. Quit worshiping idols. Quit worshiping anything, and be the God that you are. Be the divinity that you are. Wake up and start working on yourself. Once you make the change, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do everything we can to help make that happen for all of us together so we can grow together. Once you make that change and your eyes are open, then you can start helping others, okay? You'll see that you're not divided. You'll see that you don't need religion. You'll see that, oh, Jesus is real, but he's not what we've been taught. You'll see that there are these loving, universal ways to live in harmony with our fellow humans, our fellow animals,
without condemning
nature,
and killing
everything, and living in
anyone.
harmony. There are ways, guys, and it's not religion, but there are ways, and we've discovered them. We're still transforming ourselves. We're still growing ourselves, and we're all in this together. So we're going to do everything we can to show and to share everything we can with everybody, so we can all start waking up.
Raise that consciousness and awareness, yeah.
Yeah, and be the love that Jesus is. He is love. Be the love that Buddha is. He is love. Be the love that God is. God is love.
There are many, if you want to call it religions, out there that teach the oneness. Mm-hmm. A lot of people call it the New Age, and the churches condemn it. Yeah. Stay away from that New Age stuff.
It's not New Age, guys.
It's the way it has been for decades and eons.
New Age
that
is
has
reawakening.
Been hidden. Yeah, exactly, yes.
And they're just calling it that because it's newer. to the old-time Christianity, religion,
Right, yeah.
dogma, indoctrination kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
new. The truth is the church has hidden this all these years. It's just starting to find its way back out because we do live in a technology age. That is one of the advantages,
Yeah.
Information gets out a lot more, a lot quicker. But the challenge is so does bad information. So you have to be careful with what you take in.
Yeah. And you're going to it's going to resonate with you when it's a truth, as it does with all people. We have our meter within that lets us know what is and what
God
isn't.
in you guys. It's your gut feeling, is your consciousness, your spirituality, you.
Your intuition.
Your
It's
intuition.
so many of the masters said to go within, but yet the church says,
Go
don't
without.
listen to your heart because it's wrong. What do the masters say? Go within. That's your heart.
They taught
That's your
the
you.
kingdom is within, and it is.
Yeah.
That's what they really taught. But the church says no. You've got to go through Jesus to get to God that lives in the kingdom. No, that's all created, guys. Live in love. That's what it's about. As long as you guys
That's
are
right.
loving, that's our main thing here. We don't pick on any religion, but we do. We bring things to light, because we believe that all people need to know truth, and it's up to you to seek truth. And your truth today will change.
You'll exchange your truth today for a higher truth tomorrow because your knowledge is always growing. We are growing as a soul, and that's the point.
And a collective.
Yes, exactly. We are a single individual, yet part of the mass, that one. So when we can keep our knowledge growing and growing as a soul, if you feel stagnant, if you feel like you're not growing in any way, go to digging in within. Go to, the different hidden stuff that's out there that religion has said, oh, don't do this. Go to looking into those things because there's truth in it that they don't want you to know.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the mass of books and miles of books that's under the Vatican that's under lock and key that you can't get to. Why do they have all this information?
Right.
And hiding it?
And why don't they release it to the public? Because
Exactly.
it'll destroy Christianity as we know it, guys.
It'll destroy religion.
It'll destroy all of religion. Christianity is a Catholic creation. I know you don't think that. People think that Catholic is a form of Christianity. When people think of religion, say, Catholic, Baptist, the Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, all of, that they are all parts of Christianity. The truth is, guys, the Catholic Church created Christianity, okay? Or what has later became the Catholic Church, So, the last thing this thing says right here, I noticed this person's comment. I go ahead and kind of just throw it in there because I don't really know a lot about it. I just kind of typed it in on a chat
Draconian?
GPT real quick. Yeah, this draconian.
Yep, I had to look that up earlier myself. I was like, what's that?
Yeah, let's read it real quick. It says draconian. This is a chat GPT, by the way. I typed it in real quick. It says draconian dogma typically refers to a set of beliefs or principles that are enforced in an extremely strict or harsh manner, often to the point of being excessively severe or oppressive. Think about that, guys. The term draconian, quote unquote, originates from Draco, an Athenian legislator in the 7th century BCE who was known for his harsh legal code. In this context, dogma, quote unquote, refers to a principle or set of principles laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. Think about that. So, when combined, quote unquote, draconian dogma suggests a rigid adherence to authoritative rules or beliefs that are enforced with strict, unforgiving measure, potentially at the expense of fairness or humanity. This concept can be applied in various contexts, including religious, political, or organizational settings, where the enforcement of rules or beliefs is excessively severe. And now,
You have,
and
now you have the religion of the church.
Welcome to Christianity.
Which, exactly, thank you, bloodshed. If you don't believe what we believe, we're going to kill you.
Tortured. Guys, look into the Inquisitions. Look into
Yeah.
the Crusades, bloodshed upon bloodshed. Because, why? Because Christianity is a business. It was built on bloodshed. People getting their heads chopped off. People getting ripped. People getting stretched if they did not believe or become Christian. All right? And then
They were setting the example. This is what's going to happen if you don't believe what we say.
That's right, guy. And then they rewrite history, and they say that the Christians were all being punished and tortured, and they were the ones that was thrown in the lion's den and torn apart. No, that was the Christian. No.
It was the followers of the ones
Those
with the
of the
oneness,
way.
the ones universalism, the
That's
way to
right.
live. Yeah.
Those were the way. Those were the Nazarenes.
Yeah.
Those were the ones who walked in the way. That was not the Christians. Christians came in way, 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 way later. Even tells you that in the book of Acts.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't called Christians till way, way later. So the point is, the Christians are the ones doing the killing that built Christianity. And just do the research, God. This is history.
That's right. Just put your boots
look
on.
open
Open
look
your
at
heart.
the Inquisitions.
Get your mind out.
Yeah, the Crusades, and look at look up Catholic ways of torture. During what they call the Dark
yeah.
Ages, the wills, what they put humans on and rip them apart, and and just, I don't know. It's horrid when you see what the church has done, and what they had to establish Christianity.
Oh yeah, think about that little thing where that they cut your tummy open and put your
Skin.
inside your intestines on a thing and start turning it and pulling all your intestines out.
Yeah.
You're gonna believe the way we say we believe.
Right. So that's modern day Christianity. Those the ones who believe in that Jesus is God, Jesus has saved them, Jesus died, his blood poured out on them, drink the blood. You're saved by the blood. I'm covered by the blood. Guys, you're dealing with blood cults. The Catholic roots. Okay, these are dark blood cults. So I don't want to go there. That could probably be for a whole different episode.
Like we say, put your boots on, get your mind open, turn the light on so you can see clearly, open your heart, get out of the box, and really dig in.
Yeah.
Because the information is out there. It's enlightening. It helps you to love on a grander scale.
It does, and that's what I love about the NDEs, because it's a message of love.
It is
Yeah.
a true message of love.
Absolutely. And I think with that thought of mine, we'll go ahead and wrap up on that note, because it's always good to wrap up on a love note, So, well, guys, don't forget to go to the website, NDE.world, and we'll see you guys over there, and we'll pick up with this topic on another episode.
Perfect. Sounds great.
So, okay, so thank you all. Miss Daphne, any final comments?
Love.
Love. There you go, guys. You've heard it. Love. Love, love, love. With that thought in mind, we love you all. May peace be with you all. Until next time.
Y'all let your light shine.
Hello, you beautiful souls. Don't forget to visit the website, NDE.world. That is
NDE.world.